Big news from UPS, and it's not good for workers. The company just announced it plans to cut 20,000 jobs in 2025. That's right. 20,000 people will lose their jobs as part of a cost-cutting plan. Why? UPS says it's reacting to global trade policy changes and new tariffs. Yes, the same kind of tariffs pushed by Donald Trump during his presidency, and possibly again if he returns to office. On top of that, UPS reported that its revenue dropped slightly this quarter. It made $21.5 billion, which is just a bit less than the $21.7 billion it brought in during the same time last year. That might not sound like a big deal, but for a company of this size, small drops often trigger big shifts. And this is one of those shifts. UPS is planning to shut down 73 buildings, some leased, some owned, by the end of June. That's all part of its strategy to shrink operations and boost profits in a more unpredictable economy. Now these layoffs won't just affect corporate employees. UPS made it clear these cuts are aimed at the operational workforce, meaning the people who actually sort, move, and deliver your packages. In other words, the frontline workers. But that's not all. There's another major player involved here. Amazon. In 2024, Amazon made up nearly 12% of UPS's total revenue. That's a big chunk. But that relationship is changing fast. Amazon has been expanding its own delivery network and relying less and less on UPS to move its packages. That means fewer packages for UPS to deliver, which means less work, which leads to, well, layoffs. So, UPS is responding by redesigning its entire process, end to end. They're saying fewer packages are coming in, so they're reshaping their business to fit that lower volume. But here's where things get tense. UPS has a contract with the Teamsters Union, the powerful labor group representing around 330,000 UPS workers. That contract includes a promise from UPS to create 30,000 union jobs. So imagine how the union feels hearing about 20,000 job cuts. Sean O'Brien, the president of the Teamsters, didn't hold back. He said if UPS wants to shrink its corporate workforce, fine, they won't interfere. But if the company tries to cut union jobs or violate the contract, it's going to be a battle. In his words, if the company intends to violate our contract or makes any attempt to go after hard-fought, good-paying Teamsters jobs, UPS will be in for a hell of a fight. So, what we're seeing here is a clash between corporate strategy and labor rights, with global trade policy, tariffs, and big tech all playing a role. And the bigger picture? It's not just about UPS. This is a sign of what could happen across many industries if economic conditions tighten and trade tensions rise. Companies under pressure may keep trying to cut costs, and that often starts with jobs. At the same time, unions like the Teamsters are stronger than they've been in years, and they're ready to fight back. So, we're left with a major question: how much of this is necessary for the business, and how much is just corporate belt-tightening at the expense of workers? Only time will tell. But for now, tens of thousands of UPS workers are facing an uncertain future, and we're likely to hear a lot more as this story unfolds.